Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question.
Good morning. I just wanted to call. I have a lawn question.
Okay.
Okay. There's big areas in our yard that the grass just looks real white this spring. There's no green to it at all. And I was wondering, if that is an area that has to be all reseeded or if fertilization will bring it out of that.
Sandy, I'm going to try to help you. The first thing I think of is a type of grass called zoysia that goes dormant in the winter, stays not so much white as a very light tan, won't even begin to show growth until another month or more. That is one that, in my case, I would try to kill it out as soon as it starts to grow and can take up a weed killer or grass killer for that matter and start over again. Now, if it is just simply a dormant spot, which right now it would be a bit surprising if there's nothing growing up in that area, I would say you should try to scarify the area. If it's a large area, well, it's going to be difficult perhaps, but slice seeding comes to my mind, where you have an area like that. You would rent the machine and run it through the barren area. The seed is dropped into a little trench, and it's one of the more assured ways of getting good germination. Or you can, if your back will allow, rake hard with a good old steel-tined garden rake and scarify the soil. And I would try to get that done just as soon as possible. It's not too late, but sooner is going to be better as far as starting over again. Now, do the scarifying, add the seed, add either a starter fertilizer, or if you can even use, I'm going to call it straight turf builder or whatever you choose, and get that down. Then I will simply say keep that area of the lawn moist. Now, that doesn't mean set up a sprinkler and water it every day for 2 hours. It means almost a splash of water, and theoretically, you can do it best at 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Keeps that seed bed, the soil in the upper surface and so on, keeps it moist so you get good germination. But if there's nothing showing now, I would count it as what I call bad grass. I have a couple of those spots. I was walking in one of them yesterday. Fortunately, it's only about the size of 3 basketballs put together, but that's going to get scratched up. The seed's going to be put on, and a little bit of fertilizer the fertilizer will come with what's going to be done anyhow. So you and I can both start over. If it's one of those unseasonable grasses,
it's not that. I know.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Well, then I would just simply try to get a seed bed that's maybe as little as a quarter of an inch deep, just good raking, and then put the seed down. Then I would take the tines of a leaf rake, turn it upside down so you don't scratch in too hard. Just wafe it over the top so that a little bit of grass and soil covers the seed. Cross your fingers, keep it moist, and go from there.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com